Okay, today I'm joined here with the artist known as PowderSki. You can find him on Instagram at Art of the Sopranos, and you can visit his website on www.powderskiartistry.com. And he's got some amazing works that is for everyone. You'll definitely find something that's for you on his page, and it's just a great vibe, and he's very talented. So PowderSki, could you please start just by telling us a bit where you're from?
Sure. Well, right now I live in New Jersey, but I'm originally from upstate New York and a little town right near where Uncle Pat's farm was. So I'm an upstate apple knocker. Settled here in New Jersey. I've been here several years.
Awesome. How did you come to get involved with doing art?
You know, like to start with, like as a kid, I just started drawing, from day one. I never stopped drawing, always had a sketch pad and paper and was just doodling and drawing. I can't remember a time I wasn't doing that.
I heard that you got hit in the eye when you were a child and that rendered you blind. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yes, that's a true story. In my hometown, upstate, I was playing with my next door neighbor and we were throwing dirt and apples at each other. And he threw an apple really hard, like close, like 10, 15 feet, and he hit me square in the eye. And I put my hand up and I realized I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. So I was instantly blinded. And I ran home and my mom grabbed me, put me in the backseat of the car. My dad drove to the hospital. The first hospital didn't have a specialist, so we had to go to another specialist, another hospital where they had a eye doctor, and he said there was no operation and no medicine and no treatment for me, and that there was no guarantee that I could ever recover my eye. So they wrapped both eyes, and I was in the hospital 3 days. And meanwhile, my mother was praying. And, I really believe that God heard my mom's prayers, and my vision eventually returned. I could see when the wrap came off, I could see a little speck of light. And from there, I was eventually got better and better to where I could, actually see pretty well. So when I create a piece of art or a painting or a sketch, it's pretty remarkable to me. I don't take anything for granted. I've been through a lot in that aspect of that sense in your life vision, and then when it's taken away pretty abruptly like that, you really cherish the whole idea of sight and vision and seeing. So the Bible talks about the man who's blind, and Jesus heals him, and he says, all I know is once I was blind and now I see. So I can identify with that, and that's real truth in my life. So I really devote a lot of my work to Jesus Christ and as my Savior and healer. And whoever is watching this and listening, if anything's happening in your life, definitely bring those matters to God in prayer, because God is able to answer those prayers for you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Powerful. That's a powerful story and message.
Yeah.
So once you got your sight back, and then was it you straight back into drawing, and you really?
Yeah, right. I just never stopped sketching and drawing and painting, and it just came naturally. Just the more I did it, the more confident I got, presenting work and doing paintings and sketches and things like that. So I would go see a local artist lived in that area upstate, Frederick Remington. So he was one of my favorite artists, and he's a Western style painter. And so he had an influence on me, seeing his pictures at an early age. And then I remember seeing original paintings by Thomas Hart Benton, who was a mural painter from, I think he's from Kansas, but I'm not sure. So that really struck me as a small child. I would see those paintings, and it really kind of gave me like the lit a spark, to sketch and be more creative in those terms. A couple of years ago, we went to London, so I saw some Leonardo da Vinci's pictures. So Leonardo is one of my favorite artists, also the Italian master. If any artist is out there, I'm no genius artist, but I do work a lot at it. And if you want to get good, you just have to work a lot. That's really the key, is to work and get better at your style, or try different techniques and things of that nature to get better.
Wow, that's awesome. I was gonna ask you about. Looks like you've done so much work too. Like you must be always constantly busy.
Yeah, I have a full-time job. I'm in the construction trade. Years ago, I used to work in the union, so I would actually see no-show work. You know, like in the show, they portrayed these guys, and I actually saw that in real life. And these guys were like, they took pride in the fact that they didn't do any work all day long, and it was horrible. Yeah, it was just, you know, kind of a bizarre thing to do, but that's how this state is sometimes, and you get corrupt companies. And fortunately, I didn't last too long in that union setup there, but you know, moved on. So I have my own company now, and I do sell a lot of paintings. I sold in 2017 and 18, I sold about 300 portraits to a collector in Pittsburgh, and he wants to open a museum in Pittsburgh. So looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, there was a lot of. So he was really one of the first persons to get me involved in soprano actors. So he had commissioned 2 or 3 or maybe 5 or 6, I don't remember, pictures of you know, the actors, and then he would have them shipped to different signings where people like Dre DiMatteo would sign, or you know, whoever it was. So I would be doing those paintings, and then I had an opportunity to meet Federico Castelluccio, who plays Firio, at a local autograph show in 2019, I think it was October. And the following month, there was this convention in the Meadowlands. And I said, I'm not really sure I want to go. And he said, no, you really should go. He really encouraged me to go. So I ended up going, and I, you know, met a lot of the actors there. And also 3 of the founders of that group, Mike Mata, Joe Fama, and Dan Trader, they were gracious enough to allow me to have a booth and show my work there. It was pretty incredible. So I just want to say thank you to those guys. Joe Fama, especially. Thank you, Joe.
Wow, awesome. Sorry.
Yeah. So that was an incredible time, you know, just to meet a lot of the actors and made some friends there. So that was pretty cool.
Yes, definitely awesome work. That's one of my favorite shows, man. You nailed it. Yeah, what's your favorite like TV shows, and in the actual series, what's your favorite parts?
Yeah, I don't really watch a whole lot of television. You know, I'll go back and watch a Soprano episode from time to time. I like season 6 the best. But as far as like just watching TV, I don't really dwell on too many like series shows. I think after Sopranos, I'm pretty ruined after that. Yeah, because it's such a great show. Yeah. And so I just you know, I try to work a lot in my studio, and you know, produce a lot of work. So I wanted to mention, maybe I'll show a couple of pictures, if that's all right. This is this background here is the reproduction that I did at the pork store, and I had a bunch of the actors sign. So that was awesome. Satriali. Yeah, the Satriali's, right, pork store. This is going to be Artie Bucco. So this is Art of the Sopranos, or Arthur of the Sopranos. That's a little pencil sketch I did. I think today's his birthday. I just want to show you a couple of early paintings. This is a painting I did when I was like 15, I think. American Eagle came out pretty good. Barn board frame, pretty cool stuff. Yeah, here's a painting of me, a picture of me doing a mural. I don't know how good that's showing on.
Yeah, that looks good. That's awesome.
Wall mural, tiger and lion going on there. This is, you know, a lot of the work I do in portraits are going to be, you know, either a single portrait or a double portrait. And in some cases, they're going to be triptychs, which are 3 portraits. This is like this would be a double scene with the figures up here of Artie and Catherine Narducci from the restaurant. Funny scene where you just shot the rabbit. Yeah, that's awesome. And she's coming out. Yeah, she's coming out of her bathrobe. Pretty funny scenes right there.
Yeah, they had great scenes together on the show. That was awesome.
Yeah, I know you wanted to talk about the Beetle mural I did. 2018, we went to London, and we walked across Abbey Road. Of course, this is going to be the Beatles superimposed, but this is the actual photograph that we were there in 2018. My wife and I. So there's the Beatles standing there in 1969. It was photoshopped in by my son.
He's done a good job. That looks awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty handy with the computer. He set all this up here. And this is the mural I painted. You can see the building and the tree in the back. So this is, I think it's 16 by 24, 16 by 24 feet long at a local TV. I mean, the New Jersey News TV came and did a feature on me. Awesome. Yeah. So I'll show you a couple of the Federico pictures that I did. This is the one that he signed for me. Oh, it's kind of a glare on that. That's the one he signed for me at the autograph show, and he inscribed it there.
That's great.
Kind of him to do that. And there's a portrait I did, and he signed. This would have been signed at the convention at the Meadowlands. This is from the scene where he's returning from Naples, and he's looking around New Jersey. I don't know. It looks like he's ready to go back to Italy. And I did see your you with Robert Fernaro the other day, and that was a pretty great interview. Thomas, your interviewing skills are excellent, and thank you for the opportunity to show my work.
Thank you very much. It was exciting having you on here.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, this is that painting that Robert has at his house. I gave to him, and this is a painting depicting Tony and Eugene at the golf course. This is Upper Montclair Golf Club where they're filming that scene. There's a funny story where he wanted them to drive in the lake.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he is so excited about showing me that painting too. He loves your work.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he's been very encouraging to me. You know, like certain actors from the show, like Robert Fernaro and Joe Ganiscali, Dan Grimaldi, and John Fiore, people like Ron Castellano. Those guys have really, encouraged me and given me a lot of support in my work. So here's another one of
that's
Robert
awesome.
Fernaro. This is a triptych. Would have been the scene with the no-show workers, and Eugene is just about ready to smash the iced tea over little Paulie's head.
Yeah,
and that's what he signed. That nice,
that's
colorful
awesome.
picture. Thank you. This is a newer picture right here. This is really unfinished. This is called Massachusetts, from the scene where they're sitting around, I think in the episode Christopher.
Yep.
So they're sitting around, and Eugene steals this whole scene because he doesn't have any dialogue, but he's blowing his nose, he's drinking the coffee, and then he's got this cigarette over here, which is just great act as far as I'm concerned.
Really annoys Syl in that scene. I remember that.
Yeah, that's a funny scene. So Robert is an excellent actor.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Okay, and then I'm going to show you a couple of Joe Ganiscoli pictures. This is a Vito and Vin DiTrolio picture.
Yeah.
They're at the no-show job, and they're working on each other. They're trying to figure each other out. And Will Janowitz signed that pretty far out to have Will sign.
Cool.
That's oil on canvas. This is going to be another triptych. This is called Look at the Angle of the Sun. Joe Ganiscoli is Vito. Satriali's.
Season 6, that one.
Somewhere around there, maybe 5, I'm not sure. Right before he went to New Hampshire. That's also oil on canvas. This is there's a portrait of Patsy Parisi, and he's laughing at the joke that little Paulie told Eugene, and he's about to get smashed with the iced tea. But Dan Grimaldi's expressions are incredible as Patsy. So that's another triptych, and great scene from the show. We all know that Tony Sirico passed away last week or a week or two ago, and done a lot of pictures of Paulie and Tony Sirico. And this one is like, this is going to be your object of art. This is going to be a shovel, maybe not used in the show, but I saw it one day and I sanded it down, and I did the scene where Paulie is, he's got his hand up like, okay, all right, I'm leaving. And you got Lamanna over here. They're cutting the tree. And the next thing you know, Paulie is swinging the shovel. He's going to hit Gary, who's holding the rope. And so this is definitely functional art, and it's you can go out and bury the bodies with this one. This is definitely a great tool.
That's an incredible idea, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is I guess what you call whimsical art or folk art kind of a thing. It's like found objects. I'm just using whatever I have at hand. And it just seemed to strike a chord. This is a copy of a painting that I sold. And it is, you can see that too. This is right after they were rescued at Pine Barrens, and Paulie's sitting in the back seat, and he's just had mayonnaise pointed out. He's not looking too happy. That's a double portrait right there, oil on canvas. Was sold to a guy, I think. Actually, know some people in New Jersey. This one is unfinished. This is going to be Green Grove. Ma has the Silverbird package, and she's pretty happy. She's seen Cookie and Min. I think her name is Min.
Yeah.
And Paulie's reached over and just, given Cookie, I think her name is Cookie, a little chin pinch there. So they're all friends and buddies. They're going to go down to the see what's cooking downstairs. That's unfinished. Oil on canvas. These are a bunch of paintings I did of Tony Sirico as Paulie Walnut. This is where they're watching Lawrence Welk, oil on canvas. Some of the scene. Yeah, thank you. Some of the scenes were just, were poignant and beautiful. He's a guy that had an argument with his mother, who's not his mother, it's his aunt, and he still loves her, and he realizes he's scared, and he wants to be with his mom, and they're watching Lawrence Welk. Could be better than that.
Yeah, that scene got me when I watched that.
I know. Some of the scenes where, he finds out that Aunt Dottie's his real mother, and he just breaks down. It's a terrific actor, Tony Sirico. Here's another painting of the Pine Barrens profile of Paulie riding in the car in the back seat after Tony is, told him about the mayonnaise. I'm working on a couple, 2 or 3 mayonnaise pictures, and it's not my favorite food, but for whatever reason, mayonnaise plays a big part in this episode. Just hysterical to me. I think I probably painted and sketched Paulie walnuts probably about 3 dozen times. I've got a number of pictures of paintings. These are the white shoes that were in his closet when before they were going to Italy in that one show, and all the shoes are the same. Just struck me as,
That's cool.
I think I know guys that have worn those shoes, in New Jersey. You just see it. It's typical to see.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
All matching pairs.
I'm going to show you another picture that I did from way back when. This is a painting. This is not Sopranos related. This is a painting I did when I was like 20 years old. This is Judy Garland.
Cool.
And, came out really good, and I had some measure of skill even at 20, and I was cranking a painting out like this, and I gave it to a friend for his birthday, and then many years later he gave it back to me, and it really kind of spoke to me, and I really started painting after that. It was probably about 2010 when I really began painting with a vengeance to create more pictures in this caliber. So this is more of a surrealistic picture, which is kind of floating in the sky. It's from a movie. I don't remember the name of the movie, but she's singing "Get Happy" is a great scene. I think we'll go with some Uncle Junior pictures. No, I got some Tony Soprano pictures. James Gandolfini. That's a color print of a painting that I sold to a collector in Connecticut.
That's cool.
This is when he's looking for the bears, the cigar going there. Here's a painting I sold to a collector in Baltimore, the right angle here. And Tony is raising the glass at the restaurant, and he's saying, someday you'll have families of your own. You'll remember the times that are good. So I remember as I was doing this picture, we went to a restaurant. It's my wife's birthday, and I raised a glass of wine. I tried to make a toast, and I got to the point where Tony says, "Remember," and I paused. I had the whole thing memorized, and I said, "Remember," and I held the wine up, and my wife, the smart guy that she is, she said, "Remember the little people?" So she kind of blew the whole thing there. So that's Tony making the toast.
That's cool.
Yeah, there's another one. This is a painting of Tony at Vesuvio. This might be after, I think this is after Bobby got killed, and they're at the repast dinner, and he's just looking at the painting, the mural. So I'm kind of enamored with mural and paintings of that sort. Even in the TV show, there were plenty of murals. You can see the scene there that he's just standing there with a plate of food. This is really close to being finished, but not exactly finished. There's another Tony Soprano. This is Cigars at Uncle Pat, and this is going to be what we call a triptych, where he's taking a drag, inhaling. Well, no, you don't really inhale a cigar, but he's got, the smoke is going out of his mouth, and then the laugh, really enjoying it.
Very nice.
This also is, thank you. This is oil on canvas. That's about 12 inches by 36. Okay, we're mowing through 20 of these pictures. There's another mural that appeared in the show where Mikey Palmisi and Uncle Junior is sitting down or having what appeared to me escarole and bean plate of soup. And he's telling Mikey, we're not making a Western. But this whole scene back here, I don't know where they came up with that. That was, that's at the restaurant where they're eating, and it's just the lighting, the whole scene is pretty incredible. So I want to pick that.
It's cool. I loved Uncle Junior, so that's awesome.
Yeah, Junior is hysterical in the show. He's one of the funniest characters.
Yeah.
Now, here's a painting I did, and this scene was filmed. Yeah, right. This scene was filmed where the camera pans from him over, and he's reaching with a soup plate to try to reach the bag of grocery, where he's got, it looks like some kind of like Palmolive dish soap, and he's trying to reach, he's desperately reaching with the ladle to get the soap so he can lubricate his arm to get himself out of there, which is I found to be completely unbelievable scene. How he could have gotten into that predicament.
Yeah, that's hysterical.
incredible scene. I wanted to have one 3-foot long painting and showing, that whole scene with the ladle outstretched, 3 feet of glorious Uncle Junior trapped in the shadow around, like under his chin with his glasses and his nose. And it's just funny scene. That was a Christmas gift I gave to my son this year.
It's awesome. That's an awesome gift, man. That's cool.
Yeah, here's a big boy right here. This one was actually signed by Dominic Giannisi at the convention at the Metal. And I think this is a scene where Tony comes to see him at the end, season 6. And it's a very sad scene. He's at the home and he spins him around in the wheelchair and he's looking at him. It's very sad. Dominic Giannisi couldn't have been a nicer guy. He signed a portrait and just really gracious. This is a monster picture. This has got to be 30 by 40 oil on canvas. So
cool.
Yeah,
he's a great actor.
Oh, Dominic Giannisi is amazing. He was in The Godfather and just incredible. This is Steve Buscemi picture.
He's setting up his parlor.
Yeah, he's setting up the massage parlor. And this is actually blue tape. So this is not paint. This is real blue tape that you can peel off. Painted the design on there. I've done that 1,000 times and to make a design. And he looks over at Mr. Kim and he's just had enough. Tattoos going over there, and the guy's trying to pronounce West Caldwell. This is right before everything falls.
Yeah,
that's a triptych too. That gives you the whole scene. That is 20. That's 30 inches by 12 inches by 30 inches oil on canvas. There's another birthday gift, Christmas gift I gave to my son. This depicts the entire commendatory scene where Paulie is, he lifts the cup and he's given the toast. But this gentleman over here in the hat, he steals every scene with the gestures and the hand gestures, and then David Chase over here with the look and the cigarette. Just a great scene, commendatory.
They just look at him.
Yeah, it's funny, So this guy over here with the newspaper is hysterical, and then this guy over here, he could be like a spy. I don't know what he's doing. He's on the phone and he's reading the Italian newspaper in Naples, and pretty cool scene. And Tony Sirico, terrific actor.
The details are incredible.
Thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of work that went into that. Let's see what else. These have never been seen before. This is actor Joseph Castellano, who played Lou DiMaggio. And this is right when Silvio and Christopher come in and they want to put the hit on Johnny's sax, I think. And he's saying, Rose? And she goes, yeah, Pop, more Sanka.
Yeah.
So that's more Sanka. But this guy is definitely not blind in real life. He was a doctor and quite a talented actor. Really gripping scene, frightening scene.
Yeah, I remember that was awesome.
Yeah. So one of these paintings I'm going to be giving to his grandson. Got to know his grandson who lives up in Rock. These are going to be I've done a whole series of many like the many saints. So it would be the many hairdos of AJ Soprano, all the different styles he had going. There's another one, Uncle Junior. That's going to be, we're not making a Western here. You can see the reflection of the bowl of soup in his eyeglasses right there.
I love that one. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that's oil panel, like a masonite panel. And we're gonna have Silvio and Bobby Bacala at the restaurant, and they're doing the shadow box right there. And you can see how big James Gandolfini's hand was. It was like massive hand. I mean, if you ever got hit by that, you'd know it. So they're doing like a little sparring right there. That was pretty cool scene. This is going to be the sketch of Artie Bucco after the party. That would have been at Hughes' 75th Jubilee. He wakes up the next morning and he's looking kind of like he's got a headache or something. I think today's his birthday, John Ventimiglia. And here's Hugh DeAngelis, which I did as a blues, Hughes Blues. And it just seemed to be that if Hugh was a blues guitar player, he'd be playing the guitar behind his head like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Stratocaster. Well, that's from the scene where Finn says, he opens up the case, it's the Beretta shotgun. Finn says, Stratocaster. Yeah. So that had to go. That had to be. And I tried to paint make it look like neon. I don't know how successful that was, but that's unfinished.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And then I gotta have, this is a scene where Carmela is singing karaoke, and I think it's Sopranos Home Movies. And you notice this actress right here is from The Godfather. I can't remember her name, the actress, but her name is Carmela Corleone. So I titled this painting Two Carmelas, and she's singing at the wedding. It would would be the wedding of her daughter, Carlo. So I found that pretty fascinating that both lead actresses, or not lead actresses, but both wives of these mobsters were named Carmela, and they're both singing in the microphones. I don't think that was a mistake. I think they planned that somehow.
Yeah, a
Pretty
bit of
cool.
a throwback for him.
Yeah, absolutely. The old-time microphone there. This is RCA on. There's Carlo's wedding portrait, and you can see Gianni Russo signed it here for me. Met him at a signing at a bookstore a couple of years ago. And this is again, folk art where he signed the back of it. He really loved this picture. And this would have been the garbage can lid that he got smashed over the head with by Sonny Corleone. Pretty nice picture. He loved it. Here's a photograph of the signing.
Yeah, he looks so happy. That's cool.
Yeah, he was pretty thrilled to see that. Another picture. I really don't want anybody to see this, but this is going to be a veto picture. And you can see there's the New Hampshire license plate, live free or die. And I'll tell you what this is right here. This is a Harley Davidson windscreen, plastic plexiglass. So it's a painting done on the windscreen, but I'm not really going to show that to anybody yet. But that's part of it. That's a little teaser right there.
It's going to be exciting to see that.
Yeah, I got one or two more to go. This is a big picture I did of the many hats of, man, it's not even going to fit. Many hats of Tony Soprano.
Wow.
All the hats from the series where he's wearing, the Roman soldier, the JFK cap, the washcloth on his head, the hat that he blows up that was Janice's hat, the Piamai picture where he's a general, the Santa Claus hat with Federico Pictures, the beret from Paris, the sea captain's hat over here where he's taking off in the boat, and then he's on another boat here with AJ, but he's got a baseball cap. I think I covered all the hats. There might be one or two more. I'm not really sure.
Great.
So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm had couple of more quick ones here for you, and here's a sketch I did of Frank Vincent as the Shaw of Iran.
And you got the scrapbook?
Yeah,
wow.
Frank Vincent right there, and he's having his coffee, and there's his scrapbook, and that would have been Phil Leotardo. Yeah, and this is a newer painting. This is going to be Ron Castellano and Joe Ganascali as Vito and Terry Doria at the supermarket. And he's just rolling up with his what do you call this? The shopping cart, and says, "Hey, Papalon Quesadilla."
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool scene. That's oil on panel also. And that pretty much does it. I've got, a couple of more here. There's a picture I did when I was like 5 years old of Abraham C. I pasted a leaf from the tree there to create the beard.
That's cool.
Abe Lincoln, like 5 years old. So I already had like a little flair going there, try to be creative.
It's amazing you still got it, man.
Well, that's a copy, but I have the original upstairs. And there's my website. I'm on Instagram. I'm going to be part of the Sopranos on Instagram, and there's my cell number. You can reach me there if you want to contact me about any of these paintings. And maybe one or two last to go. This is all the license plates, I think, from the different states. You got Tennessee and Arizona, New Jersey, Colorado. I think that's California, Ohio, New Jersey, right in the middle, and Iowa. Some of the states coming through there. But that's the name of my artist.
That's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And I think that pretty much does it. I showed you a good chunk of the Sopranos pictures that I've done over the course of probably 2019. So that's a little less than 3 years total. All those pictures have been done.
I appreciate it, man. That's great.
Yeah. So I just work a lot, and it's kind of a passion to get them all accumulated. I've sold, several of the pictures, but any of these pictures that you've seen, or let's say 75% of the portraits that you've seen, are available for purchase for a collector or whoever. You want to buy the whole group of pictures, you're welcome. Give you a good price. I'll give you the bulk discount on that.
Yeah, man, I'm sure they're going to go quick. I feel so lucky to just be able to see all this.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I mean, it is a genre TV show, and people gravitate toward the anti-hero. It just kind of resonates. New Jersey is one of those places that no one likes, but they can't live without. You know, I got a friend of mine originally from New Jersey, moved out of state, and he can't get a good bagel or a piece of pizza out there to save his life. He's out in Ohio, so he suffers out there. But when he comes back to the motherland, he knows that you're gonna find the good stuff out here.
Got the good food.
Yeah.
I love
So
all
tell
your
me about.
details.
Yeah, thank you so much. Tell me about Australia a little bit. You live in Port Hedland?
Yeah, Port Hedland. It's I moved here probably around 10 years ago.
Okay.
Just yeah, moved from the other side of the country to find a job. It was hard to get work before.
Right.
And
And it's a port city from what I read.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
So ship all the iron ore out, a lot of iron ore and salt coming out of the town.
Salt and iron, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the busiest port in the world, but it's one of them for export.
Right.
And I'm here with my wife and 2 kids.
Oh wow, wonderful. Yeah. I noticed they had like Cemetery Beach, which I found to be a pretty weird name. And then I guess you can go down there and watch the turtles and the sharks and
I've seen the turtles.
Crocodiles.
It's a nice little town.
Yeah, I mean Australia is massive continent, so you're going to be traveling, like I said the other day in the text, 5,700 miles east to get to the east coast.
Yeah,
you know that would take you 37 days to walk. And, then you get to East Halden out there. It's just pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's good. I'm from over east, so yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're from the east part of Australia?
Yeah, originally. Done a bit of traveling. I'm hoping to get over your way one year.
Hey, you're welcome to come, and we'll take you to go get onion rings down at Halston's, and
that'd be awesome.
And see all the sights. Pretty interesting. New Jersey. There are quite a few things to do here in this state. You got beaches and before it was the Garden State, it was known as the Clam State.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's rich, it's fertile, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. It just rains like crazy around here too.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, where I'm at now, it never rains.
Isn't that something? It's so dry, right?
Yeah, exciting when you do see it. It's very, very rare.
Yeah, it deluge and really quite green and lush around here. It's almost too much.
Yeah.
But you can see this picture back here. That's the reproduction I did for that convention, and got several of the actors that signed. Tried to get pretty true to the original color and figures. You even got the cat over here, Bachikalu.
Wow.
You can see the cat.
Yeah, I see that. That's cool.
Yeah. So, well, listen, thank you so much, Thomas, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to show my work. And, this really, what you've seen is a big chunk of a series of paintings based on that show and the actors, and just incredible, the writing and the acting.
Yeah.
Many of the scenes were, I'd be laughing or I'd be crying. It was so good.
Yeah, I think it's the best show ever made. It's great.
Pretty close, yeah, I think. Maybe very close. So there's my information. You can contact me. If anyone wants to, find me, look into any of the pictures you saw, if you're interested. And thank you again, Thomas.
Thank you very much. Feel very lucky to see this firsthand via Zoom. And I'll put all your links on the interview as well. That's crazy.
Okay, thanks.
Can't believe how good it is.
Well, some of the interviews I saw, you were right on the mark. You got a good, I feel like I know you. You've got a good idea what questions you want to ask, and wish you all the success.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah, definitely be praying for your wife too. I heard in the Mike Mata interview that he said she wasn't feeling good, so definitely keep her in prayer. God answers prayer.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome, Thomas. All the best.